Kind of an interesting title, isn't it? Let's be clear about one thing. This video is about men who are being assaulted and experiencing domestic violence. It goes without saying it is wrong in either direction. And I got an issue with you if you're laying hands on a woman. But 1 in 3 women experience domestic violence. 1 in 4 men do. 10 million people a year. There's one statistic I found, 830,000 men a year, and I believe that's in the US, and about 1.5 women. So this is a universal problem, and women are just as bad as men. But for men, being abused, assaulted tends to trigger a more shameful response, equal to what women go through. So a couple of things I want to talk about. Keep in mind, most domestic violence is never reported, so that 1 in 3 compared to 1 in 4, while women don't report domestic violence, I am very confident that most men don't at a higher rate. So when you look at the statistics, there's a high amount of what is called bidirectional. And what that means is you're both mutual combatants. You've laid your hands on her, you've shoved her, and you're fucking wrong, okay? You keep your hands off of her. We don't hit women, we don't assault, we don't abuse women. Now, that being said, this is for the rest of the men who are actually experience a one-way assaulting, violence perpetrated against them, and in no way have made it a cloudy, bidirectional situation. And that is document, whether it's with video, if you get physically assaulted, whether you go to the emergency room, your doctor, how the injuries happen, take pictures. And if the police get called and you show physical signs of being assaulted, have her arrested. You heard me right. This is not a woman you want to be married to. I don't want to hear all the, oh, we have kids. What are you teaching your kids? If they're watching you get assaulted and do nothing, do you want to teach your daughter that? Think about that. Do you want to teach your son that? Okay, guys? Not only should you have her arrested, get a restraining order taken out at the same time so she can't come back to the house. Why? Because while I help men try to save their marriages, their relationships, and level up and become grounded, confident, happy men, they don't get assaulted, okay? And you don't want to be in a relationship with this woman. Stop making excuses. I know 4 guys personally. One of them divorced her. She got arrested because she called 911 and threatened to say he hit her. So this actually gives you a great advantage in getting 50-50 joint shared custody because you can show she's physically violent. So if she's not agreeable and speeding up the divorce process and going for a joint custody, you can be a little harsher. Studies show that half of male victims never tell anybody. It's a little higher than the females. It's a shame issue, and 11% of men being victimized by domestic violence contemplate suicide. And I know in England, at least 12 guys a year kill themselves, or excuse me, are killed by their domestic partner. So I haven't even touched on the worst kind of domestic violence is perpetrated against men, and that's false accusations, where the spouse threatens to make false accusations or she has said she's going to in the past, whether it is that you've assaulted her or abused her or the children. So what I'm about to tell you may not be legal where you live. I'm not here to talk about legalities. I'm here about protecting yourself if you're in a very bad relationship that you need to get out of. Video evidence. Get some cameras in that house. Okay, now here's why I say that. It may not hold up in court for divorce or other things, may not be admissible, but if a false allegation is made against you and the police come to arrest you, what if you could show them video evidence that she's lying, or that she assaulted herself, she harmed herself? I've seen this happen. And what happens is once she's filed that police report, by filing a false police report, A, you can maybe get her arrested, and B, get a protective order against her and get her out of the house. Again, all of this is so that you don't have to put up with threats of false accusations. Same thing, if you can catch on video, audio where she's threatening to make false allegations. Again, it's evidence. So I tell you this because guys in this situation, I'm not looking to help you save your marriage. You need to leave that marriage. You need to respect yourself enough, and you need to love your kids enough to remove them from that situation at least half of the time, if not all of the time. So, guys, not a fun topic. If you're in this situation, it's real easy not to tell anybody. And there's some horrible stuff that gets done to men. I want you to reach out to me. You all know I do a free consultation call on this. Come on, we'll talk. I'm not going to let you hang out there in the wind by yourself. We can talk about a game plan. Again, the camera stuff, the recording stuff may not be legal. I don't care about legalities. I care about protecting you. All right, guys. A little bit of a longer video, but it's some important stuff, and I want you to take care of yourselves. I love you, brothers.